Hey, what's up? Mixed Podcast.
Episode 4. This one's gonna be a short one though.
Yeah.
Short
So,
day today.
it's me, Nas, Ernie,
And Ruben.
All right, yeah. So let's kick it.
Apple's exciting new iPhone XR2 design suddenly takes shape. They have a new design for the Apple iPhone XR2, and it looks pretty nice. It looks like the iPhone 8, but instead of the camera sideways, it's going down. So like the iPhone X.
Yeah. So
What do you think about this iPhone X?
XR2.
Yeah.
Well, so the XR is a cheaper model, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It's
So
cheaper than the
XR2.
iPhone X.
Yeah. It's the budget, I guess. Not really budget because it's
The
still
iPhone
$800.
The iPhone XR right now is around $800. So it's like the iPhone 8 of the iPhone X.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I don't think you should.
The design was heavily leaked by Hassan Kaimek.
Is that like
Yeah, I guess it's a worker who works there. Is leaked by him.
maybe retailer? Interesting thing. Last of Us 2.
Mhm.
There are a lot of retailers that were like, I guess, pre-ordering, and it's confirmed to be released this year.
Actually,
Yeah,
20.
and Last of Us, like the first Last of Us was so good.
Oh,
Can't
it
imagine.
was good. I have Last
I
of
loved
Us
it.
remastered edition. My brother.
Oh yeah,
bought
for
it.
the
It-
PS4,
it's-
right?
Yeah, for PS4.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really fun. Fun game.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's soon to release. They already did the playtest around last year, actually. And they showed the E3 presentation about the game last year, some gameplay and some story arc, and you guys know the little girl.
Oh,
Little girl
the
on
little
the-
girl at the end of Last
Yeah.
of Us. Yeah. That one.
Yeah. So now in Last of Us 2, she's a lesbian, and she kissed. She was slow dancing with another girl.
A lot of games are making more transgender and
Yeah.
lesbian and gay characters.
Yeah, they're opening up for the LGBTQ
Community.
I would like to note that was tweeted by SJWs and not on the official sources.
No, we're not talking about the Sonic. Last of Us 2. Alright, yeah. So, a missing part of the Stonehenge returned 60 years on.
That's
Yeah,
a long time
and
after
yeah,
it was
so-
taken.
Yeah, in 1958, they started, like, I guess, removing
restoring it?
parts. Yeah,
Like
not
restoring
restoring,
it?
but yeah, like removing parts,
Was
like
it
the actual
stolen
songs.
or-
It wasn't stolen. Like a bunch of archaeologists just removed some parts. I don't know why.
I know it's
But,
bad.
like,
They're doing some
yeah.
extraction.
And they lost one piece. And 60 years later, this 89-year-old Florida resident found it. Robert Phillips was involved in the works like 60
Dude.
years ago.
Dude, it's
Wow.
my grandpa. My grandpa found the missing pieces.
Imagine.
Just came out of his trailer. It's like, man, you're not
Yeah.
found the whole song.
But yeah, they're good.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Okay, serious topic. There was a school shooting in suburban Denver, Colorado, and yeah,
Sad.
One
like,
person was killed.
like all
7 were injured.
yeah, but like all school shootings, like of course this took place in the U.S. And of course this will cause a lot of outcry for gun laws and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
And
pretty sad.
was this elementary or middle school?
I think it was elementary.
Was it?
I think it was elementary to be
Yeah.
honest.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but yeah, it's
Either
sad
way,
for
like,
Colorado.
A lot of school shootings happen in the U.S. and that's it's a pretty horrible thing that keeps going on. That's not stopping.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wrong.
Talking
with these-
about nature, there are million species that are at risk of extinction, and humans are to blame.
likely take millions of years for the Earth to recover from the biodiversity crisis, and
That's quite sad, actually.
yeah,
A
we're
million species that
we're,
are
we're
gonna
ki-
go extinct.
we're killing our Earth.
There's a lot of animals.
nobody
that are
cares.
dying.
Yeah, it's true.
Our-
We say so much about what should change. There's people
But we
all
don't
over the
take
world
initiative.
that are saying, oh,
We
we
don't
need to
take
change this,
action.
we need to change that, but nobody's taking action.
Yeah.
There's always these small companies, these small groups that are always doing these small things, but it never grows.
Yeah, nobody invests
Yeah.
that much.
It's the same thing with a lot of problems. I see this in Austria where I'm from with immigrants. Everybody always says they They want to help the immigrants. They want to support them, but
But nothing
They
ever
don't do
they
happened.
would
anything.
never actually do anything.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Yeah, that's
them.
Yeah.
Presented with the option.
It's like I
They
think
always
it's like they think
back on it.
it's right that they should be helped, but they don't do anything to
Yeah.
That's
stand up for
why-
what they think it is.
That's why I was really shocked about Notre Dame. That so many people, like, there's billions of euros being
Yeah,
invested
like
into
billions of
Notre Dame.
dollars.
And I'm Catholic, so like, not it's a cathedral, and like
Yeah.
that's like my religion. But it's just another cathedral. There are plenty of those around, and just because this one's like pretty old, and yeah, I know it's connected to French heritage, but more money was invested into Notre Dame than like helping the earth.
Yeah.
In like
Well,
in
there's-
in like 1 week there was $1 billion, and that's
That's like more than any other
so
small.
much more than any
organization
other.
that's been
Exactly.
It's not saying that nobody's donating to.
It's
others.
I'm not saying
Like,
that
there's still a
nobody
lot
has
of it.
There's still the
donated to other
Chicago.
stuff, but like it's $1 billion in like a couple days.
Yeah, that's true.
There were French millionaires who donated
But
$1
this is
million.
Yeah, but
There's
it's an important
companies-
piece of art, though. It took
and
it withstood the
we're
time.
fixing important art pieces in our world, and yet we're not taking care of the world.
Yeah.
So what's
Doesn't
the point
matter
of,
if you're
what's
fixing
the-
it, but we're gonna die.
We spend all our money on making everything look nice, and we waste our money on that because we
Yeah.
don't put money. Lots of people don't put money into the actual saving of the world.
No, it's because like the only thing that human beings like today really want is like a material object. So just something that makes them feel good about themselves. Like, I don't know, Lambo
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Or, like
M-
something that makes them
materialistic.
feel good
Excuse
about
headset.
themselves. Something that makes them feel good about themselves, someone else, or like,
Yeah.
or just like themselves being higher than someone else. So like, let's say like, so kind of like if one human being can talk to another human being and say they're better than them because of this.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like what people mostly want.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's
It's
also
like-
like we build all this stuff on Earth, and yet what's the point of doing that if we don't even protect the
Yeah.
Earth?
Yeah.
If
And
it
fix
can't
it.
withstand time.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Bill,
You
you
build
know,
a car, but you don't have the road to drive it on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why this sort of thing is important.
yeah, so you know, Bill Gates, the second richest man, has Bill Gates
And
and Melinda,
Melinda
his
Gates.
wife Gates.
They have a charity.
They have an organization too. They have a charity.
Very
It's-
important, I think.
Yeah, they're
So,
important.
yeah,
of
It's a
course.
good thing what
They're
they're
like,
doing.
They're working.
you know,
definitely.
like the richest person, Jeff Bezos. I'm not. He's
I don't-
actually
I
he
don't-
doesn't
I
donate
don't
that
think
much.
he's
He doesn't.
donated.
He's
Like-
not really a philanthropist.
Fun
you know?
fact, Fortnite
He is
owner.
billionaire philanthropist playboy.
Yeah.
He buys some of this. Well,
So,
doctor's back.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
so Ernie sprained his ankle, and yeah,
Yeah.
somebody interrupted
Uh,
us, but
fun-
it's fine.
Fun fact, owner of Fortnite,
Fortnite.
Epic Games.
Epic Games, EA,
Nope.
no, not EA, sorry.
EA doesn't own it.
Epic
Yeah.
Games.
What's
Unreal
the name of the dude
Engine.
who owns Epic Games?
Something mustard. I don't.
Actually.
Yeah. Actually.
Oh, it's like the new Nintendo.
Like his last name is
the new
Mustard.
Nintendo CEO.
Oh yeah.
Doug
yeah.
Bowser.
No, his name
Doug
is Tim,
Bowser.
his name is Tim Sweeney.
Actually.
Yeah,
I thought it was-
and he has bought
So
since he
the
started
nerdiest thing.
Fortnite. He has bought over 40 acres of land,
Really?
and he what he does with the land is he protects all the stuff that's in there.
Yeah.
He has like an organization where he buys land and then he takes care of it. Why is it so funny?
Tim Sweeney.
Okay, guys.
Okay, yeah, we gotta be sure. But yeah, you know, people are trying their best. I still think the richest man is not really doing anything.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, Jeff
He's-
Bezos has so much money,
Yeah.
but he's not using any of that.
And you know his divorce with his wife is like the biggest divorce. It's gonna be
Yeah, I know.
estimated the biggest
Half
divorce.
of his money is
The
gonna be
most
all
expensive
gone.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, okay.
Talking
Yeah.
about injustice, thousands of
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 Americans,
Americans
are
were
being jailed
arrested
without
and
trial.
jailed.
They're
yes.
being jailed without trial. So,
Yeah.
and like that's
Um,
against human rights because like it's not
Everyone
allowed.
should be able to like
Everyone's allowed
express.
to a fair
Yeah,
trial.
Exactly.
the
Like,
fair trial
and-
shouldn't
and
be
it's-
speedy.
And in most places, it's a law that
Arbitrary.
the police aren't allowed to just lock
Yeah,
you up.
you can't
Yeah,
just-
arbitrary arrest. And
Like
can't
if a
just
police
arrest
just sees you on the street and you've done nothing wrong, they can't just throw you in.
yeah, exactly.
Much
Jeff
happens.
Bezos, you haven't
Committed a crime,
donated.
you still need a
Yeah.
trial.
Yeah, everyone
Yeah.
deserves
Exactly. Like
a
for
right to
example,
come back.
in my human rights violation, like
humanities.
project, yeah, for humanities, for
Humanities.
like history, whatever you guys call it. I talked about Saudi Arabia, which is like a scary topic since they're really powerful, and I talked about the women's rights and human rights and how if you're a journalist and you treason, like talk bad about the government, you literally just get arrested with no trial, no anything. Like
Really?
yeah, in 2011, there's like this event called the Arab Springs where a lot of people protested, and there's this kid.
2013, right?
Yeah, and so there's like the 16-year-old at the time was he was protesting. Well, and now he grew up. He's like I don't know, 22 or something.
Yeah.
And he got crucified. He got crucified for protesting.
Crucified?
Yeah.
Like,
What do you mean?
so
Like,
basically, they put him on a cross.
They put him on
yeah.
a cross and then.
Sometimes they just tie them onto the cross, but like sometimes if they want to do it like what actually happened in the Bible, they'll take nails and they'll just
Yeah.
stab it right into your
I'm
arm, so
pretty sure
you're
that was
stuck
that.
on that.
And yeah, there's
And then they let you bleed out because of all
Jeez.
that.
That's
yeah,
so
there's a lot of
horrific.
like public executions. It's still the only country that uses public executions, and I think like Indonesia or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty sad what's happening there. Like the journalist, the Washington journalist Jamal Khashoggi. I can't really discuss much about it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's sad what happens in some countries of what governments do.
It's sad
about
what's happening in this
protesting.
world.
It's really sad what governments do to their people sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
no government's perfect.
There is
there is no perfect government that hasn't done at least some wrong in the past.
Yeah.
Like,
Kuwait.
No, especially U.S.
yeah,
They
the
hide
U.S.
it very well.
They hide.
commit a lot of war crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they've
it.
done a lot of things, and
Yeah.
most
Like?
people. That's the thing. Most developing countries are like
This embassy,
look
I'm not
up
telling you my
to the
address.
U.S.
Exactly.
most developing countries look up to the U.S. like some sort of great role model, although that really shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they're doing good for themselves now, and it's good. But like, you also have to remember their like past as well.
Yeah, of course.
No country's perfect. Yeah. In the past, it might have been good, but now it might not.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
number one. Nobody.
Can't be perfect.
Yeah.
Never.
All right. Talking about
Okay.
let's talk about something happy.
So left the mood,
Star Wars?
Star Wars, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's
3
3 new movies.
untitled movies, 2021, 2023, right?
No,
20
I don't know.
December 2022, December 2024, December 2026.
We're gonna
Yeah.
watch.
They
We're gonna
always-
watch them when
How are
we're in
they-
high school and college.
They always love like releasing the movies in December.
Yeah,
It's like the
I don't
Star
know why.
Wars
Yeah,
When was that one?
yeah,
It's
always-
always the
Last
Star
year
Wars
it's-
thing.
Actually, it was
and
last year.
and isn't Avengers always like in May or something,
No.
or like summer?
Summer season.
Yeah, summer
Around.
blockbusters, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah, and then
I'm excited.
Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
It's a
season
bit of an
7.
early release because it's still a while since that date. But
Yeah, I know.
you can look forward to something coming from Star Wars.
Wait, didn't Detective Pikachu come out today?
No.
no,
Yeah,
look. So
actually, I want to explain that.
Florian did something to me.
It was basically it was a joke. They made a giant joke. Ryan Reynolds pretended to leak Detective Pikachu. It was the first like 1 minute of the movie, and then at exactly 69 seconds in, the main character looks off screen to the right, and the camera cuts to Pikachu, just doing like crazy dance moves,
Yeah.
and then that's literally it for the
Yeah.
rest of the
It's so funny.
for the rest of the time.
Actually,
Yeah, like Florian sent me the link on Instagram. He's like, "Bro, check it out. Ryan Reynolds leaked the movie," and I was like, "What the?" I watched it, and it was just for like 10 minutes. I kept watching it. Pikachu was dancing for like 5 minutes.
that's
Wait, can you show the stream?
Can you show it on the?
Can you show the podcast? If you can, it's really funny.
Yeah, right.
Did he tweet it or something? What did he do?
No, well, I saw it on Reddit. The only reason
Oh.
I know about it is that it was on Reddit.
Yeah.
But I think he probably put it on some on one of a lot of other social medias. I'm guessing
Mm.
just to spread awareness, get the joke around.
Yeah.
I definitely spread it myself a bit because it's a hilarious joke. Honestly, I think.
It is.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
You know, no harm to it. It's quite funny.
Where are you putting it up right now?
Is it on the podcast?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Copyright infringement. We get striked by Ryan Reynolds.
Can we copy strike PewDiePie?
Actually,
Ryan Reynolds just copy strikes us. These stupid kids in their podcast.
it's actually not on the podcast. I'm sorry. I need to fix this. Just talk about something else.
Oh, okay.
Did you see the video that Chris Pratt made?
No.
So on the Avengers scene, but in Endgame, at the end, you know where, spoiler alert, there was the ship fired at the Avengers headquarters.
Yeah.
Right when they thought they had
completed
the mission, and the whole thing blew up. Yeah, so he filmed footage of like that scene,
With
and
his
you
phone?
can see, with his phone, you can see how everything around it is green screen, and there's only a tiny bit of area where they see Thanos, and when they're on top of the hill and they see Thanos, and that's when they that's the only place that basically shows, and everything else is just green screen.
Signed a contract where they can't record anything.
Yeah, I know it was
not-
an illegal video.
Yeah, exactly.
And like he at the end of the video is like, oh, this is extremely illegal, and even though he still posted it.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool though. Like you saw all the characters, like Gamora and stuff. And
Yeah,
No,
with their makeup.
it's funny because, like my parents were going on this market thing, and
Market?
on the a market, like it's basically a place where like
Yeah.
people set up shops and stuff, and then they find this,
Whoa.
they find this place where a dude's selling CDs, right? And he's selling Star Wars 7, which had come out like 5 days ago. They ignore it, but they had friends with them who wanted to watch the movie, so they bought it.
Really?
they go back home, they put it in, and it's pirated. It's just a dude's film of it, actually.
Oh.
And you can see people's shadows when they stand up to go like to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do that, like these free movie
Well, what's the point
websites.
of buying it? Like it's all over the internet websites.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
like,
buy there's HBO 1, 2, 3, and you can get
one
it off of that.
free movies.
HBO.
1, 2,
or free movies 1, 2, 3.
And look, there's this interesting thing where I know Thanos, like when they when they're filming everything, instead of put like a stick and Thanos, and they glued Thanos.
Thanos.
So he's the actual height, like as the Marvel character. So when they look up to him, it's actual height, realistically.
Thanos gaming.
Let's watch the trailer.
All right, let's see. Let's see. It's Detective Pikachu.
It's pretty funny though.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's a nice troll.
It is. It's very
Oh
nice.
gosh.
Very nice.
Dude, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to make it to the softball with this thing.
Yes.
No, they said it was gonna be fine by tomorrow though.
Oh, okay. Hopefully it's not that safe. You have to walk with it though.
And you
Yeah, I
trust
know.
them?
Huh? No, I'm just gonna walk off the pain.
Me and
No
Ernie
pain, no gain.
have made it onto the softball team, and we are leaving tomorrow.
Where are you guys going?
So no podcast Friday since we aren't.
There's gonna be
Florian and
there's gonna
Nasser
be a
can do
special
it with
guest.
Yeah.
It might be Addy and Job,
It might be. Yeah.
and they'll be talking about their project and what they're doing, or
Coming
it'll
up.
be somebody else.
Hype train.
Hype train. Let's. You guys know the iDubbbz food tier list? Anybody knows that?
Actually,
Yeah, look.
number
so
one
iDubbbz
sewer pickles.
Yeah, no, look. So he did
I
this
don't know
fast
that.
food tier list, iDubbbz, where he recorded himself and he put a bunch of fast food, and then he's like a tier list where it's like E, A, S, C, something like that, and then a lot of people just joined him on that. It's like a YouTube.
In Philippines, there was a pirated. No, yeah.
I do not know the Philippines, sir.
No, the Philippines.
The
not
Philippines.
In Philippines.
Yeah.
The Philippines.
It's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Philippines.
There was on their news channel there was a pirated version of Avengers.
Actually,
Really?
That played. Yeah. So if you wanted to watch the actual movie in a movie theater and you were on live TV, they would have shown the footage of the actual movie. And
Yeah.
It was pirated.
Very funny. So, I already got an ice.
sir, my you kicked my sprained ankle. Let's move on.
Let's move on. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Any news?
Yeah.
Any
So,
news? Yeah.
me and Sikander, during PE.
During PE, you went to the
During-
library. Wow, so interesting.
No, and then
Yeah,
What'd you guys
Yeah.
do in the library together?
and then
Read books,
Guys, guys.
learn,
No, look.
educate.
listen.
This is
Yeah.
boring. Nobody wants
no,
this.
this is.
Shut up. Oh no, please don't come in.
Come on.
Yeah, look. So
There's-
me and Sikander were up at the library and or upstairs in the library and so like a bunch of as like yeah. So I'm pretty sure today was the Holocaust Memorial Day
Yeah.
Really?
and yeah. So a bunch
Today?
of bunch of Jews came up and yeah they were like I
Why
don't
did-
know.
Uh-huh.
They're all celebrating. It was pretty awkward for us. Because, we were just... Sikander was making it so awkward because he kept laughing at a video. But everybody else thought he was laughing at them. But, yeah, it's messed up.
You know,
Skinner's always been so.
you know, it's amazing because there are still some people who are still alive who were there during the
Yeah.
Holocaust,
Yeah.
and they still have their tattoos, their prison.
Oh, yeah,
tattoos.
There were prison tattoos.
the...
They had like numbers,
Oh.
numbers that designated them.
Yeah.
So like they'd have like let's say they'd have like 153 or 001 or like stuff
Yeah,
like that,
0,
and it
1,
would
6,
like
1.
tell, and it would like basically so the Nazis could tell like what camp they went to, what
Oh.
prison camp they went to, where they were jailed,
Yeah.
stuff like that. It gave their information.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think it's time
I'm
to
pretty sure it's a pretty...
end the podcast.
It's a pretty short podcast, but,
Yeah, 'cause
we
it's
didn't
a
have time.
short
Sikander
It's
didn't
a
know the
short
check
day.
at time.
Wednesdays
Yeah,
are
it's
short
Wednesdays.
days.
are
Thank you
short
for
days.
watching. If you
Thanks
did,
for watching.
don't
Enjoy.
forget to like, subscribe, share.
comment.
Give me a
And-
bro fist.
Brofist.
Get out for next episode.
Next episode, me,
Exactly.
Florian,
gonna
and
be-
some guests. All right.
Yes. Me
Friday.
and Andy will not
Miss
be
us.
attending. You can cheer for us and give us good luck.
It's
For
a-
See ya.
softball.
You're gonna miss us.
Au revoir.